All right, our next multiplication strategy is making an array, and these are the materials you'll need today: a piece of notebook paper, a glue stick, a couple colored pencils, a regular pencil, some scissors, this array handout, and when you have all those things, then you are ready to go. Go ahead and take a minute to color in your paper if you want. I always like to add a little color to mine, and this is what it looks like. And I am just quickly going to glue that on. And I trimmed the sides of mine so that it will fit. All right. So what is this strategy? It's quite similar to one we've done before. Previously, we talked about the area model of multiplication, and this is very similar. I will go ahead and read this with you. It says, one way to show multiplication is by making a set that shows groups in equal rows and columns. So that's very similar to when we did the area model. We also had rows and columns. Use one factor for the number of rows and one factor for the number of columns. Remember, a factor is just a number that's being multiplied. So in this example, 5 times 3 equals 15. The factors are 5 and 3. And here you see there are 1, 2, 3 columns. So they've used the factor of 3 for the columns, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So they've used the factor of 5 for the number of rows. And I'd like to just go back in here, and you can too with your colored pencil, and just mark this part. One way to show multiplication is by making a set that shows groups in equal rows and columns. Okay, and then in my examples, I'm going to use two colors, blue and teal, I guess this is. And so I'm going to show blue is for my number of rows, and teal is for the number of columns. So in this example, we had 1, 2, 3 columns, and remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. You can see the rows are always going across, and the columns are always going up and down. Okay, so we have 3 examples here, and we are going to draw our own arrays. The first example is 6 times 6. Now you might already be thinking, hey, the factors are the same, so the shape of your array is probably going to be something like a square. You're going to have 6 rows and 6 columns. And although this example is lovely with cute little pictures of apples, when you're making an array, you don't want to spend a whole lot of time. So I would use something simple like X's or dots or little scribbles. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to make circles. So I need 6 rows of 6. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 1 row of 6, and each of these is going to be the top of a column. So here's a second row of 6. I'll go ahead and label that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I need to make a third row. Here I've just talked about saving time, and I'm making these scribbly circles that are taking forever. Here's a 4th row, a 5th row, got 1 rows, 2, 3 rows, 4, 5 rows, so I need 1 more to make 6 rows. Okay. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. And this shows 6 times 6 equals, well, how much? I've got 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and 36. And if you don't believe me, you can count them. Okay? All right. So that is this example here. All right, the next one I have here is 8 times 5. And this would be 8 rows and 5 columns, or it could be 8 columns and 5 rows. I'm going to keep it simple this time and make X's. So I'm going to do 5 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I have 5 across, that's this one, then I need 8 down below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now I'll just put in my X's real quick. So each row here has 5. And each column will have 8. Okay, so let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, so I have 8 rows of 5 and I have 5 columns of 8. This shows 8 times 5, and that equals 40. And if you don't believe me, go ahead and count. And our last example here is 9 times 3. And I'm going to do 3 columns and 9 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'll do stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So here 9 times 3 equals 27. And this is how you use an array to show multiplication.